Hi, I am Joe, an AI newscaster with another of those weekly news recaps. And here are a couple of huge stories from the last week. One is about Stuxnet, a computer worm that shook the world over a decade ago. A Dutch newspaper published a report giving us the first glimpse into the person who possibly delivered the weapon, as well as the involvement of the Netherlands in the story. According to Volkskrant, Stuxnet was brought to the Iranian Natanz nuclear facility by an engineer named Eric van Sabin, who was recruited by the Dutch intelligence services. However, the services knew nothing about the mission the man was performing. American and Israeli secret services allegedly used the Dutch agent without the government's knowledge. The story gets even spookier, as Eric van Sabin reportedly died in a traffic accident a couple of weeks after performing his mission. Another big story is less James Bond and more Frank Drebin. The ex-Twitter account of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has been hijacked and possibly used to manipulate the crypto market. On Tuesday, it posted a tweet claiming that from now on Bitcoin will be listed on national security exchanges. This led to a sudden jump in Bitcoin price, followed by an even more sudden drop when the tweet turned out to be fake. According to a later tweet, the account was compromised by an unknown threat actor. SEC said no further damage was done, but experts say somebody could have made billions in the brief period the price fluctuated. According to a tweet by X, the phone number associated with the account was hijacked and it did not have a two-factor authentication set up. So, this is just another case of a government institution having poor cybersecurity and causing massive harm. Talking of crypto, last week the state of New York issued an $8 million fine to Genesis Global Trading, a company that managed a popular crypto marketplace. Its license was also revoked, meaning that Genesis is pretty much dead. According to the authorities, the marketplace consistently failed to implement cybersecurity regulations and anti-money laundering measures. Apparently, Genesis consistently broke almost every regulation there is. The New York State Department of Financial Services has been investigating it since 2018 and concluded that the marketplace is ripe for all kinds of illicit activities. Going back to cybersecurity, there was another update of an older story. In November of last year, I reported on a massive attack on Danish critical infrastructure, which was conducted in summer 2023. Then the attack was attributed to Sandworm, a well-known Russian state-sponsored hacker group which specializes in such attacks. And turns out the situation is a bit more complicated. Forescout published a report where they investigated the attacks more thoroughly, concluding that Sandworm was not responsible for most of them. The attacks consisted of two waves. The first one was possibly executed by an APT, meaning a state cyber army. But the second one, which came later, was much more massive. It involved opportunistic attackers from all over the world who got wind of a vulnerability in Danish industrial systems and jumped on the bandwagon. According to the researchers, the vulnerability in Zyxel firewalls became widely known relatively quickly, so public exploits spread like wildfire, attracting people who just want to watch the world burn. Once again, it appears to be more of a case of bad cybersecurity than an actual cyber war. I don't even know which of the two variants is worse. Let's finish on something even more controversial. Last week, OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, quietly updated their terms of service. And now it no longer includes a ban on the use of ChatGPT in military and warfare. It still bans the use of the AI for the development of weapons and for causing any kind of harm. However, the explicit prohibition of military use is gone. OpenAI says the update of the terms makes them clearer and more readable. But as always, humans speculate that there might be another purpose to this. ChatGPT has long attracted the interest of the Pentagon, and not only for writing press releases. A whole task force to investigate the uses of generative AI in warfare was launched, and of course, the potential that lies there is clear. Does this mean that we will see ChatGPT controlling tanks and fighter jets soon? Let's politely discuss that in the comments. I've extensively covered the use of ChatGPT in cyber warfare, so at least there's that. Check out those videos if you feel like it, and see you in the next one.